Watching the last round.
This round will be live. Jets, wait on my call.
My big question is, can Ghosty do something different and really win Delta off the break? And if not, can they figure out a better way to mix things up? Because last round, MEU had things so locked down over Delta.
Yeah, but it's really tough to hold that line. It's if they do it properly, they should manage to break through. And yeah, I don't know why the commanders hold so tight to the Delta flag, since there are so many other.
Oh well, you know, we saw it from the sky last round. What happened was, you guys, MEU, had one AA on Delta and one AA on Echo, and because you control those two AAs, you control the whole sky.
All 25 seconds left, and we'll see what happens.
No whisper target found.
Who are you going to follow at the start on the stream?
I'm been watching in free cam right over Delta flag to see what happens there.
No whisper target found.
Jets spawn in. This round is live. Jets spawn in. This round is live.
Well, here they go, and I always say, bump it up, bump it up.
Here they go.
Here where the jet drops land. Last round, if you remember, Ghosty did not double jet drop Delta, which was a surprise to me. Like, here we have a jet drop going for Echo.
Echo.
Ooh.
Nobody drops.
No. Just one jet drop on Echo. Just a single jet drop. What is he doing?
What
no one jet drops Delta.
Wow, this is interesting. I would not have called this. I think they're going to get Echo. And no one's going to go for... What the hell is going on?
No, it's
was
even
near
Delta yet.
This is not what I would have predicted at all.
This is really weird. Well, interestingly enough, it looks like MEU decided to drop a squad on top of the hill at the start, which is probably a good play.
Delta so much later. They've got 3 tanks over there. Now, my question is,
well, so here we have Ghosty's odd opening. Take a look at this. They've got 2 tanks just coming out of Bravo now, going across the bridge to Charlie, which is blinking towards...
Look at Charlie. MEU's got a squad going at Charlie, but I don't think they'll get it with those 2 tanks there. So the question is, can Ghosty hold
probably not,
Echo
no.
now?
Well, they've rolled an LAV in for support.
Wow, I'm surprised MEU managed to cap Charlie. Looks like they're losing it now. Yeah, they're gonna hold that. So all the action is at Echo.
We'll see some...
the mystery to me is why aren't we seeing more Ghosty guys spawning on an Echo right now? Oh, because they're at golf, that's why. Look at this.
Did we miss another back flag? We did.
We did. We're the worst casters. They're gonna get golf. Easy.
Yeah, they've got it solid. Yeah, no problems there.
Wow,
that is a stolen... Oh, my bad. Never mind.
Well, I'm excited to see what Wildcard has in mind here. This is an exciting way for the game to go.
They did an awesome kickoff there. Look at that, they have majority of flags.
Yeah, 5 flags.
So I can't confirm this. Like, let me see this here. I think that the MEU have stolen one of the jets. Can't catch the damn thing. That looks like an F-22.
You know, I saw
I
saw an MEU jet like kind of doing its little Harrier hover, and I was like, what's going on there? But I didn't piece it together. I think you're right.
Yeah, look at this. Necromancer has stolen one of their F-22s, so that could be interesting. We'll see how long that persists and what he does with it.
Now, if I were MEU, I'd be pushing Charlie hard now with my advantage of Delta. And it looks like they're doing it slowly. I mean, they've got 3 tanks in there against 1 at Charlie.
No, what's really interesting to me here is, so Necromancer has stolen this jet. Necromancer is an officer in MEU. I wonder how much leadership ability with him trying to keep this thing alive. Be around to direct his guys, and that could actually have a huge impact on how this round goes.
Oh, that's so interesting. But you know, Necro's an armor squad leader, and a lot of these tanks are pretty self-sufficient.
True. May not make that much of a difference.
I'm surprised that they're getting no pressure at Echo.
Well, I mean, this must be really... I guess I shouldn't swear on stream, but they're... I'm sure their mind is blown here on MEU. This is not something I would have anticipated.
I'm surprised nobody jet dropped Delta. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but that seemed like a no-brainer. Look at how Gosi totally learned the lesson of last round and has tied up all of the Air Force for MEU at golf.
Actually, the whole army of the 9th is basically at Delta.
Yeah, MEU's army's all at Delta. Echo is going to get interesting now. They're finally pushing with some infantry, and I bet you all that air from Golf's going to hit Echo next. I don't know that Gosi has enough support on Echo if there is a push and something goes wrong.
No Whisper target found.
Yeah, well, it seems they cannot break out the conventional way, so I would take a squad leader into the jet and drop over Bravo.
Ghost is doing a nice job keeping up the pressure over Golf. I would have thought they'd be wiped out of there right now, but they're still tying up an infantry squad, LAV, bunch of air. And now look at this, look at Fox. Squad rolls up to Fox.
Yep.
They've gotten so aggressive. Oh, it didn't work. Total fail. Ooh, and they're doing something interesting with their armor here on Gosi too. Look, they've got a tank on Charlie. 2 tanks outside Alpha. That's going to keep them pretty contained in Delta. Hard to push out when you have 3 tanks surrounding you.
Yep.
But again, Echo is where the action
Oh, look
should
there.
be.
There's a sneaky one over at Bravo. See that
Oh,
one?
I didn't notice that at all.
There's a-
Good eye, Stonie. Let's see who that is. Kevin Rudd going in there. If he can spawn a squad on him, that could totally change things up. Ooh, but
Yep,
I think the attack chopper sees him.
Chopper is coming.
Yeah. Oh, and it just
Yep,
spawns in.
and
Sorry,
the
Kevin. Game over. Still alive. I love when one guy can tie up, 2 assets. He's down.
Looks like now MEU's getting some pressure into Echo. Or will be soon.
They need to fast.
That was
Oh! Here comes a C4. Boom. Nice, Norin. He just C4'd an MEU LAV.
So, if Necro's in there, does that mean his plane run went down?
yes.
Yes, I guess it did.
But still, they might have to do something because they cannot hold the stalemate.
Ooh,
They lose
interesting.
the flag.
Take a
let's
look
talk-
at Golf.
Okay.
An MEU, oh, never mind, it crashed, it blew up. Sorry, an MEU Little Bird had the pilot shot out, but it was not stolen.
Alright, MEU... Oh, see, look what Gosi's doing, right? They're never letting the armor pull out into Echo because there's always a harass on Golf. So my question is, let's say you're Big D now. Let's put ourselves in his head. You've got all this pressure on your back. You've got all your valuable assets sitting on Delta. What do? Stonie, you used to be a general, you're on MAU, you know how they think. What would you do?
Well, I would say to my infantry squad leader, redeploy, take a jets, drop an Alpha, drop on Bravo, make those assets go back, and then you can roll out your armor.
And actually, while you're talking, it looks like done exactly that. I see an infantry squad at Charlie, and I see an infantry squad at the bike that dropped a man at Bravo. So they're trying the same tactic. And I don't know if Gosi can handle a taste of their own medicine. How about you, Star? What would you be doing now for Big D? Down about 130 tickets.
Well, I guess roughly that. The interesting thing is, honestly, MEU's strength that I've seen in these past 2 rounds is their discipline and kind of their... Once they get a good spot, they hold it down. So honestly, if I was Big D, I just would stop. I wouldn't panic. I would just say, okay, guys, let's clean up Golf, which they have done, finally. There's no longer anybody there. Now let's roll towards Echo and just start pressuring. And look at this. I mean, go see those jet drops or however they got back there were very effective. They pulled some assets back. Now you just start rolling your armor in. And get that defense.
Yeah, they got some nice pressure on Echo. I think it'll fall if this tank doesn't go down. Oh, but it's getting C4. Is that right?
See,
he's got it on him.
Charlie.
What about Charlie, Stonie?
Oh, look at that. Wow, good push.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, you're so
They
right.
pushed all the armor over the bridge.
See, I was going to say that's
But
what I would have done. I would have made the push into Charlie. It's going to make Delta vulnerable, but I think Big D could make that gamble because historically Gosi hasn't been that great at kind of catching these vulnerable flags. Ooh, now Gosi's in trouble. You've got both Echo and Charlie getting overwhelmed. I think they'll hold Charlie because they got a lot of armor there, but Echo? Ooh, Echo's not looking good.
Oh. They do have a squad by Golf, however. Looks like they may go for another back cap.
I'm not a sneaky bastard.
Yeah, So
see how long that lasts if they can clean it up quicker.
Golf, but MEU will get Echo. Echo's the more important one. That golf squad can only do so much damage. And now, they've got a nice little ball of people here that they can move around to a lot of different places. They can roll them across that bridge to Bravo. I'm guessing they'll pull them back to Golf. But this is a game changer, right? I mean, they've really punched Gosi onto the defensive. I think they'll clean up Charlie, but man, it's going to tie up everybody.
Well, in a way it will, in a way it's a good thing, because if they do get a nice ball on Charlie, they can roll it to Delta, where, as you'll note, there are no longer any tanks, main battle tanks, just that AA.
This is why it's so great to be
actually,
spectator
MU
mode,
is
and
up.
It's so hard to be an in-game commander, because if you're an in-game commander, I think you have no idea just how empty Delta is. Whereas to us, it's clear as day.
Probably don't. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We have a tank coming up out of Alpha here. If they can link up with a squad of infantry, they might be able to make a decent push.
I'm just zooming back
Meanwhile,
map,
look at this, that golf squad.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look at this golf squad. Managed to pull back an LAV 2 squads. I think there was a attack chopper or something over here a while ago. They must have either scared it off or taken it down.
And the real fun is, look, now their friends at Echo have a chance to roll in and get Echo back. They're just making these guys right.
Take a look at the tickets too. We got 450 to 350. So even though MEU just there had 5 to 2 flags, Gosi is still preserving that high ticket lead.
Keep in mind,
how long that'll last, I don't know.
5 to 2 for the whole first few minutes of the round. That's a nice built-in advantage that's hard to overcome. I think Gosi's going to take back Echo now, and they're just going to keep doing this. Look at the squad leader down here. Who is that? Someone's doing great, just hiding, waiting for the next opportunity. It's Rob. Yeah, Rob's been at this for a while, so Rob's just going to hide, let them have golf.
Oh man, again. Nice.
Who's this Echo squad leader?
Alright, so now Gosi has the bleed. Like that. Wow.
I was curious to see if Gosi would now push Delta, but it looks like MEU is very savvy and they filled Delta back in. And now we're kind of back where we were 5 minutes ago.
Yes, we are. What you do about nothing.
I would say both sides are doing a great job scrambling each other. Neither one's going to let this one go without a fight.
No whisper target found.
Look at that, they are pushing from Golf into Echo.
And from Delta into Charlie. But yeah, let's watch this Echo fight. It's going to be hard, but really interesting. It's a classic armor versus infantry fight.
Here comes an attack chopper.
Who's this flanking guy?
We'll let AA take him down.
Fisherman. Ooh, Fisherman's going to have a lot of fun back here. Gets him down. Nicely done.
Gonna push it to Charlie.
Let me use infantry. I feel like I see so many assets for them on Echo, fighting a bunch of little things on the ground. Oh, I see.
Looks like there's a push into Charlie.
It's in Charlie.
Charlie. One infantry squad.
This is so funny. The exact opposite fight is happening in Charlie, where it's Gosi's assets against MEU's infantry. It's funny how infantry alone almost always beat assets alone. It's the combo that's killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do if you're in the tank and you get hit by 5 RPGs?
Both sides. Okay, Echo's heating up now. Look at this. Echo, they finally got the combination of infantry and armor to file in there. Honestly, I think Gosi's screwed now.
Yeah, we got 2 choppers above Charlie cleaning up any infantry.
Gosi's
They're gonna hold
advantage.
that.
They're only up about 90 tickets now. Back in the day, they were up about 140. They lost their lead.
Well, so now, yeah, so now they have a serious problem. They have a very short period of time here to push Delta, now that they took that tank out of Charlie. If they don't, then MEU is going to set up that defensive line, and they're going to be in trouble.
Who's the squad leader over there? Let's zoom in and see. Devgru. The Devgru looks like he's all by his lonesome. I don't think he
And the
can
real
take it on
problem
his
is,
own.
look at this, you got all these Gosi tanks sitting over here between Echo and Bravo. So they're just not in the right spot to push Delta when they need to.
Oh god, Delta is so empty. What a tempting target. If only they knew. Man.
Like they're gonna make a rush on
Now we know how
Echo.
God feels, eh? If they only knew.
Now, I think Gosie's making a big mistake here by throwing all their people at Echo. I understand why. They've been fighting over it a long time. Their squad leaders are saying, oh, I think one more shot I can get it. Oh, interesting. That's a hard push to make with the tank and the little bird there. Wouldn't count on it.
And two squad leaders.
You'll notice that now MAU's also reinforced Delta. They've got 2 squad leaders of infantry there. Golf is empty again, but it looks like Rob's out of position to hit it.
But I think they managed to have the defensive line as they would like to have it.
Now the risk here for Gosi is they're peanut butter small pushes on each of these different flags. They've got some squads at Echo, they've got a squad hitting Foxtrot.
Oh, they're not giving up Foxtrot.
I know, I think they got a good shot at Foxtrot. But this Fox push will only work if they can time it with an armor push on Delta at the same time. I mean, it'll delay the bleed, it might be good enough. But on its own, I don't know.
To be honest, I just think they are just want to hold the bleed at all costs, and it doesn't matter for them what back flag they pick.
It's true, and
see, look at Golf. Look at Golf.
Oh, they got back into Golf. This is a great move. Is that Rob's squad again? Let's go see. Damonot's squad is back there. Damonot loves sneaking around on back flags. He's probably gonna snipe from there now. So now you're Big D again. You've got a couple options. You can collapse back onto Fox and Golf, or you can just leave them alone and start pushing Bravo and Charlie and Alpha, which are all pretty juicy targets.
And he's pushing Bravo. Look at that.
It's a Jihad Jeep though. It's not a squad. So if you can get a squad to come in and help, or if you can just cap it on his own pretty fast, let's see who that is.
Yeah, we got the first Ghost squad spawning in.
He got killed by that little bird last time. Squad comes in to knock him out. They're gonna neutralize that flag. Now Kevin's screwed, right? Because Gosie's got the advantage of spawning all their people in.
So bad that it was not the squad leader that went to Bravo. They could have that.
Alright, Stonie,
looks
you're
like
MU.
Gosie.
Do you guys still have a shot?
Well, we see tougher fights, yeah, but they need to pull together.
Well, they're looking good at Foxtrot. I mean, I think you guys are doing a great job of coordinated pushes on things. Look how you have a tank covering infantry squads from the river getting Fox. Golf, you have an LAV alone. You got a bike coming in. Maybe you'll get some air support. I think you're not going to get Golf. And
it's so hard to push somewhere else because coming out of D, you're looking
Delta
from
now.
The armor from Charlie, Alpha.
Right.
Yeah, look at Delta. Got infantry crossing the bridge, tank rolling in, little bird up top, cleaning out squad leaders.
Yep, and there's Delta flashing.
Now, one tank though is
MAU's spawning all their guys back into Delta to try to save the day. They've got 3 squad leaders, which is going to translate to a lot of people.
yeah, that tank should go down by rights there. Another one rolling in. Oh boy.
Oh, but he's all by himself. A tank on his own, surrounded by guys with RPGs. That's a dangerous position. Hey,
he's got an A backing up.
Another tank. Where is your infantry, Gosie?
Oh, but they've got their little bird up. That could help a lot. Oh, except there's an A right there.
You know what? None of these things can actually cap a flag. Only infantry can create a
right.
flag. Full bike to the tank.
Oh, cruise missile going into Delta.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Oh. Didn't work as well as that first one, Big D.
No joy.
But you know, this is where I would love to see wildcard cruise missile Delta. Look at that clump of infantry in the tank.
You know, I actually have not seen a wildcard cruise missile in a while. I wonder if he's spending his commander assets on other things.
Or his time, you know. It's kind of like StarCraft. You only got so many APM.
We get an ST in here.
I think MU might take back Golf soon. So the question is, can Gosie pressure Delta before MU retakes Golf? I don't know.
I mean, you can feel Big D's problem right here. If they cap Golf, they're in a great position. You know, they've got a tank and an A sitting on Delta, they've got a tank and an A sitting on Echo. If they can recap Golf, they can just sit on it. But they can't. I don't know what that squad is doing over there, but
Cognito takes out one squad leader. Little Bird takes out another. He's now the only squad leader on Golf, but they've got the flag to spawn in. They got an LAV rolling into Golf. Who's in that LAV? Necro. Necro's gonna be yelling on TS, "Get in that flag zone now!"
That would I do. Look at one hero there, Foxtrot, against the tank.
These are such good fights to watch, man. If MU gets back Golf here, they can still win this game. 100 tickets is definitely doable.
Yeah.
Remember that lockdown they had on Delta before? They lost almost no tickets. Clutch move by Rosie getting that APC down. It's going to put them in a really good position.
You know, well, I guess they have a couple infantry squads back here, but this is really impressive, actually. A pure infantry hold against pretty much every type of vehicle. Oh, that was a good shot. What was that?
Yeah.
No whisper target found.
That's another key. They're just chewing up everything that Big D is sending back here, and you can see his problem. He can't commit everything he's got to take this stupid back flag, but at this point, the guys playing there are doing lights out, so what are you going to do? You have to just keep overcommitting.
Or you could just pick a different flag. Oh, but look at this. Ghostie's pressuring Fox now. Just one or two guys in a spawn beacon. Who's that last one?
Yep.
Toxic. He's got 4 guys hunting for him. Goodbye, Toxic. Oh, yeah, there you go. For a second there, I thought.
And so now Ghostie's
out, but you know it never does. Well, do you think Big D
and
has any
Ghostie's got
shot
2
at
tanks here,
getting
pretty
back
strong
flags?
position.
He's been pressuring Bravo and Alpha the whole time, but never seemed to have gotten a foothold there.
Yeah, it's not as just 1 or 2 guys mostly. It's not a full squad that's committed to do it, so I think that's the mistake.
Well, man, nothing in this round went the way I thought it would. I thought we'd see both sides hit Delta at the start again. I thought we'd see the 9th take Delta like they had before, and I thought we'd see a similar kind of tight hold, so both sides blew the lid off that. Ghosts in particular changed up their whole style of play from kind of a slow defensive thing to a very aggressive back flag needly thing. Seems to have worked out for them. MAU fought back very well by putting a lot of pressure on their own back flags, by sending everything they had at these things. They kept their hold on Delta the whole time. I'm not even really sure what Big D should have done differently here.
I mean, all you can think of. The thing is, they cleaned Golf a few times. If they could have kept it clean, they would have been good. But somehow, and I still don't see how they did it, Ghostie managed to keep slipping past there, and then starting these really good holds. I mean, honestly, if they didn't have this Golf problem, they would have been great.
By the way, maybe this is what Big D should have been doing the whole time.
Yeah, from my point of view, kudos to the commander there, but his opening strats just threw him off.
That was definitely a ballsy opening by Ghostie.
One thing I want to know too on the score screen is look at Mongo, 54 and 2.
Whoa! So that's interesting because that points to the AAs from MAU being less effective this round, and I think that might go directly back to it. That first opener by Ghostie holding Echo meant that they only had 1 AA.
I bet that was the
Mongo's a very good
conversation.
Pilot. He can bounce around.
The rounds, right?